Hey guys, I'm the Burke and I do things. And in today's video, I'm going to do my monthly makeup roulette video. So in this video, I go through my entire makeup inventory. I tell you guys in the month of May how much of each category came in and left my collection. And then we let a random number generator choose a full face of makeup for me. Honestly, this is just like kind of one of my fun therapeutic things that I do. I really enjoy playing with makeup. I like kind of being challenged to kind of create something out of like something that is just thrown in my face. So it's fun. If you want to hang out, we can do this. So if you guys want to see my makeup inventory updates and the roulette challenge, then keep on watching. Let's go. I always just use the Google number generator, and I usually start with bronzers, blushes, and highlights, and I let the number generator choose between if we're going to do number 1, singles, or number 2, a face palette. So in my collection in May, I added 1 bronzer, added 1 blush, removed 1 blush, added 1 highlighter, and no change with my face palettes. So first thing we're going to see is if we're using singles or a palette. And we got number 1, which is singles. So for bronzers, I have 34 in my collection, and we got number 31. Oh, and it's always really fun when it's makeup I haven't reached for in a while. It's fun to rediscover makeup. For blushes, I have 67. I got number 21. Ooh. Okay, and then for highlighters, I have 49. Oh, and I got number 1. How interesting. Also, I sometimes forget to mention this, but with my numbers, I don't classify between full size and mini size. So that's why some of these numbers seem kind of high, because I definitely have a lot of minis in my collection. Okay, then for eyeshadows. So I also do something similar with eyeshadows. I break it out by palette, but I also break it out by each individual eyeshadow. So I let the number generator choose if we're going to use an eyeshadow palette or going to choose 5 singles in my collection. So for eyeshadow palettes this month, I increased by 1. And with single eyeshadows, I added 6 and removed 1. So first things first is we're going to see if we're doing a eyeshadow palette or singles. Singles. Again, we have never gotten just an eyeshadow palette in these roulette series, and I don't know how that's possible. So similar to my palette bingos, I do choose 5 from my collection. I currently have 809 single shadows combined. So our first number is 582. That is a colorful shade. All right, our next shade is 509. Okay, our next shade is 757. Okay, this is very interesting. Out of the 3 shadows so far, we've gotten 2 singles. So that's interesting. Next is 642. Oh, that's another single shadow. This is really weird. I don't ever get single shadows. Okay, our last shade, 89. Well, that is a very weird eyeshadow combination, so we'll have to see what happens with that. Okay, now for foundation, I got 1 new foundation and used up a foundation, and I have 63. Again, I know that that number is large. I have a lot of mini in that number. Number 33. You know, I was wondering if I was gonna have to do a self-tan for this video, and I might have to do a self-tan for this video. I was like mentally prepared to maybe have to do a self-tan today, so I might have to do that in between takes. All right, that's fine. So for eyeshadow primer, I have 13 on this list. Some of it is lash glue. So if we get a lash glue, we'll just draw again. So for primer, I got number 2, which is an eyeshadow primer. Works for me. And I did not say, I'm sorry, I got 1 new primer last month in my BoxyCharm, in case you forgot. Let's see. The next category is concealers. I got 2 new concealers and used 1 up. I now have 26. And we have number 6 here. I think that one will actually work really well with the foundation we got. So that is convenient. Okay, what do we got next? Next we got setting sprays. I used up 1 setting spray last month, and I now have 40. And we got number 38. Very cool. Next we have brow products. I got 3 new brow products last month. Oh dear. And now I have 58 total. And we landed on number 16, which is a brow gel. So let's also try and see if we can do another one. We landed on 23, which is a brow pencil. So that should be a good combination. Eyeliners. I did not have any change in my inventory with eyeliners last month. So I still have 56 and we got number 43. Oh, I haven't used that one in a while. All right, the next category is face powders, and I did get 1 new face powder last month, so now we have 36. And I got number 1. We got number 1 2 times today. That's so weird. For primers, no change in inventory last month. So we got 43, and I landed on number 7. That is a good one. All right, so for lips, I do have this broken out into 4 categories: lipsticks, liquid lipsticks, lip glosses, and lip liners. So I usually let number generator pick from those categories, but before I do that, I'll let you know how my inventory changed. Regular lipsticks, I have 1 new one. Liquid lipsticks, 1 new one. Lip glosses, no change. Lip liners, no change. So I will number 1 through 4, and we landed on number 4, which is lip liners. So I feel like if we're gonna do a lip liner, maybe we'll pick a lip liner and a lip gloss to make it fun. So for lip liners, I do have 26. We landed on number 10, and this is one of my favorites actually. And then let's go to glosses. I feel like we haven't even used a gloss ever in the Makeup Roulette. I have 75. We landed on number 70, all the way down. And our last category is mascara. I did use up 3 mascaras last month, so our current open mascaras are actually very, very low, and most of them are actually almost completely run out. So I'm gonna put my whole collection, which includes open mascaras, backups, and brand new ones I've never tried before, in the Roulette, which would bring us to a total of 31. Again, most of my mascaras are minis, for the record. And we got number 16. Oh, exciting. So, everything is drawn. Very interesting combination of products. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna throw on some self-tanner because the Roulette says to, and then I'm going to grab everything and I'll be back. Okie dokie, the eyeshadow. I think it might be the most bizarre combination of shades I've ever gotten in a Roulette, so I'm stressed out, but let's get into the full face. Starting with primer, I landed on number 7, which is the Catrice Prime and Fine Aqua Fresh Hydro Primer. Fresh it up, moisturizing with bamboo water. This is a great affordable dupe for the Smashbox Primerizer. I'm a huge fan of this. Definitely one I would repurchase when I run out. Such a big fan of this primer. So for foundation, I landed on number 33, which is the Covergirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir Foundation. This is a very sad discontinued product. I do have this in the shade Buff Beige, so I had to throw on a little self-tanner. This is such like a beautiful looking foundation. It's super glowy and healthy looking, hence the healthy name. Very sad that the entire Vitalist Healthy Elixir line is being discontinued in general, but it just gives like this healthy glow to the skin when you wear it. Okay, so for concealer, I landed on number 6, which is the JCat Stay Assurance Concealer. I have this in the shade Buff. This is a really high coverage concealer for sure. I'm gonna use it to kind of help with the cheeks and the redness. I don't think this is a concealer that I enjoy enough where I think I'd repurchase it, but I think it is decent. As far as the JCat Assurance line, I guess you could call it, goes, I just really like their powder foundation so much. It's hard for anything to kind of like beat that for me, at least. Okay, and that's the complexion with the JCat and the CoverGirl. So right now we're technically all drugstore products. That's about to change, but not bad. Not a bad base for sure. I'm gonna prime my eyes. I did land on number 2, which is the MAC Paint Pot. I do have this in the shade Painterly. So I'm just gonna prime my eyes really quick. And now we can set the face. So I landed on number 1. So this is number 1 powder, which is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder. I have this in the shade Fair. Oh, and sorry, if you were wondering what sponge I had been using on my face, this is the Ofra Perfecting Puff Sponge. And now I'm gonna go in with the Real Techniques setting brush under my eyes. So again, besides the paint pot on the eyes, we are still fully drugstore right now. And to set the full face, I'm then gonna use the BH Cosmetics #1 brush. It's a big fluffy brush. I'm just gonna go over everything. I do really like the Maybelline Fit Me powder. However, the e.l.f. Glow setting powder has kind of like come out as my #1 setting powder from the drugstore currently. It's that good. Okay, so for brows, we did land on a brow pencil and a brow gel. The brow pencil is number 23, which is the Benefit Goof Proof. This was in last month's Shop My Stash, and I was shocked at how little progress was made on this, even though I was using it every single day. I've definitely now noticed how much longer these more triangular shapes last because you do not need as much product, which I think is interesting. It's definitely still not a product I think I'd buy because it honestly takes more concentration to do my brows, and I really hate having to do that a lot. Okay, so we got some brows on. For brow gel, I landed on number 16, which is the ColourPop Brow Boss Gel. I do have this in clear. I like this one. It's not like, I don't think it's one I'd repurchase. It definitely makes your brows fluffy, which isn't necessarily what I want from a brow gel. I want something that's really gonna hold the hairs in place, but it's definitely not bad for the price. For eyeliner, I landed on number 43, which is the Cynthia Rowley eyeliner in the shade, doesn't say, I'm guessing it's called black. This needs to be sharpened. I did get this eyeliner back when I had Birchbox. It was in one of my boxes. It's definitely like a very creamy formula. I don't really know anything about this brand though, so that's all I can say. So for face products now, interestingly enough, bronzer and highlight both came out of my Z palette. So the bronzer I'm using today is this one up here. This is from the brand Deuce. I don't know the name of the shade of this at all. It doesn't say on here or anything. I can try my hardest to see if I can find a single bronzer from Deuce to link, but I have no idea. I just thought it was funny that I got 2 products in this. So I'm gonna use this BH Cosmetics #125 brush and bronze the face. I have no idea when the last time I used this product was. I so rarely reach for my singles. I kind of forget that I have singles, to be completely honest. So that is why I love doing these videos. It's just so fun to rediscover and come up with new combinations, even though it's gonna be challenging, especially with the eyeshadow, but it brings out my creative juices, lets me have like a little fun. That looks pretty good. I like that shade. It looks like a nice shade for my skin tone. Okay, then for highlighter, I got this highlighter right next to it. This is called Padded Down from ColourPop, and it's a very, very pretty highlighter. And there we go. Definitely very interesting that I got 2 products from this palette. Okay, the next is blush, and for blush, I landed on number 21, which is my Bare Minerals Bounce and Blur in Mauve Sunrise. So I'm gonna use my sponge. I'm gonna use like a part that doesn't have anything on it. I'm gonna bounce it in there. Bounce it on the skin. I really do like this formula. I think the Glow Play blushes from MAC are a little bit easier to use than this formula. So that's my review on that, but I do like this formula. This shade isn't necessarily like my all-time favorite shade. It's not the one I would have picked out for myself. Oh my God, I just went in so heavy. It's not one I would have picked out for myself specifically, but I think what I did was I think I added this on. I think I did it as a $3 add-on with for Ipsy. Oh my God. And then I'm just gonna kind of set it a little. Okay, even though I went in a little heavy-handed, I think it looks good now. It definitely is like a malleable kind of formula that you can play around with. Okay, the moment I've been dreading, eyeshadow. So since I threw on some self tanner, I'm just gonna do the swatches on my palm. So the first was 582, which is the Ace Beauté Glimmer Shadow in the shade Huckleberry. Good God. So it's like a glittery fuchsia, we'll call that. Next, I landed on 509, which it's funny because this actually turned out to be a shade that I've gotten at a previous makeup roulette, but I don't actually take the products out that I've already landed on because they're never going to be used the same way, so I like to keep them in. And I got the semi-sweet chocolate bar from Too Faced, and it is the blue. It is the blue. I will say, it's not like the bluest of blues. It kind of blends into like almost like a slate gray kind of shade, but still, I could have used one of those brown transition shades. Honestly, when I saw it landed on the chocolate bar, I assumed it was a brown shade, so I was surprised. Next, I landed on number 757, which is a Stila Glittering Glow from this pack I haven't opened yet. It's brand new. Got this a couple months ago before pandemic happened from TJ Maxx. And I got the shade Burnished Sienna, which is like almost like an orange glitter. No idea how I'm gonna work that in, but we're not done. Next, I landed on 642, which was the Ulta Beauty Cream Eyeshadow and Liner in the shade Naked Truth. Okay. So this is like a champagne-y highlight shade. All right. All right. So what could the last shade possibly be? It is from the Makeup Revolution Sofx Revolution Extra Spice palette, and it is Reputation, the matte black. Yeah. So, I kind of have an idea. Very kind of. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by putting Huckleberry all over my lid. That's my first thought. And I'm just going to use my finger. These are kind of similar to ColourPop Super Shock shadows. Much more expensive. Did get this in a BoxyCharm. But that is my first thought, is I'm going to do this. Now I want to take this. This is the Luxie 121 brush. I'm gonna kind of blend that shade into the crease so it doesn't have like a harsh edge. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm gonna take this. This is from just like an Amazon brush set. It's just a flat angled brush, and I'm gonna go in with the blue shade, which is called Blueberry Swirl. I'm gonna tap that out along the lower lash line and kind of drag it up a bit, like that. Now what I'm gonna do, I just want to like keep track of which ones I'm using. Okay. I want to take this. This is a Sonia Kashuk angled brush, and I'm going to take the black shade Reputation from Makeup Revolution. I'm going to kind of connect it with that blue we flicked out and kind of fake a wing right here where all those shades kind of come together. I think I'm going to spray the brush with the black. These are so uneven. Oh my god. My eye that loves to water is now watering. Yeah, we're having like a problem here. Oh my god, I have purple fallout all under my eyes. Oh dear. The thing is, I don't really want it to be a crisp wing. I just kind of want it, I want to kind of blend it because I just kind of want it to look more like a flick out than like a really sharp pointed wing. Let's see if that, did that do it? I don't know. That's okay. Next, I'm going to take the Stila Glitter and Glow, and I'm going to go in the inner half with this. And I'm going to use this Morphe brush just to kind of make sure I get an even spread. That actually looks pretty cool with this color. And the last shade is the Ulta Cream Shadow, which I'm really hoping can be an inner corner highlight. I think it kind of worked. I mean, I'm no eyeshadow expert, but I somehow made all those colors go on my eyeballs, so that's a miracle in itself. Now we can, oh god, I just dug my fingernail into an eyeshadow. All right, now we can set the face. I landed on number 38, which is a backup of my MAC Fix Plus, so I'm just gonna use my regular Fix Plus here. This is the spray I was using on the eyeliner. Oh my gosh, I forgot how wet you get when you use MAC Fix Plus, so give me a second here. Now I'll do mascara. I did land on a brand new one that I've never used before, so that's exciting. This is the Mally Volumizing Mascara, and this is in the shade Black. Oh, okay. Already, this is not my favorite kind of wand. It looks like very, very basic. So let's put it on and see how it looks. Yeah, look at that nail dig right into that eyeshadow right there. Okay, I think it went on better than I expected. I'm still not sold, so I'll definitely be testing it out some more. But for lips, I did get the lip liner and the lip gloss. So the lip liner is the Wet n Wild Gel Lip Liner in the shade Bear to Comet. This is a retractable lip liner. I really like this one a lot. I don't think this looks gonna go with our eyes, but It's just fun. And the lip gloss is from the Luxe line from ColourPop, and this is their shade Come Through, which is kind of like a sparkly nude shade. This is my favorite lip formula from ColourPop. Okay, that was the last product. Oh my god, we did it. We did the face. It's here. What do we think? I mean, it's not like my all-time favorite makeup look that I think I'm gonna go out and recreate again. However, could have been worse. Always the best review that I can give. Definitely could have been worse. I never wear like shades like this, so it's definitely out of my comfort zone. You guys will have to let me know if you guys have any of these products and how you guys feel about them. Definitely let me know in the comments. And as usual, thanks for stopping by my channel. If you're new here, click the subscribe button and ring that bell for notifications. I have my Twitter and my Instagram down below. Give them a follow, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.